Hello, everyone. My name is Marco Roccato. I'm about to graduate next week. Thank you. And as Ben just said, this year we focused on the Syrian revolution and refugee crisis, and I'm going to concentrate on the refugee crisis part. What was that? And we're going to go on a journey starting from a weird place. So this is me back in 1999. I was 3 years old, didn't have to worry about anything, and I was in Sicily, beautiful place. And all that I cared about was just swimming around the Mediterranean Sea. The same, well, it's a dead kid, like, the same Mediterranean Sea is the one Aylan Kurdi drowned in September of 2015. Another 3-year-old dead before reaching Greece with his family. The death of a kid made headlines everywhere. But the eyes of the West were still closed to the death, destruction, and dislocation that was still going on within Syria. Since 2010, 400,000 people have been killed within Syria. 7.6 million people are internally displaced within the country. Life expectancy has dropped by 20 years. The number of refugees and IDPs is over half of the population in 2010. 4.8 million people are dispersed all over the Middle East, and that's 95% of the refugees. In these sprawling camps all over the Middle East, there are refugees. 2.6 million are in Turkey, 1.1 in Lebanon, 640,000 refugees have found refuge in Jordan, and 500,000 more are split between Iraq and Egypt. And in Europe, we heard about the refugee invasion, but the population of Lebanon is now 25% refugees, which means if Europe were to match that, it would be 187 million refugees. And now refugees have been pushed to Turkey, even if this defies the 1951 Refugee Commission, which gives them the right not to be returned to their home country. If more refugees were to get to Europe now, the countries of Europe will be legally tied to host them and preserve their safety. But now they've been parked in Turkey. And Turkey started doing the dirty work for the EU, because Amnesty International reported that Turkish officials have been sending Syrians over its southern border back into Syria. And the EU won the Nobel Peace Prize in 2012. And politicians have been instilling fear in people, saying that the refugees are unable to assimilate and are going to bring theft, murder, and rape in our countries. And from fear comes hate. We've all heard Trump connecting refugee to ISIS. And this has pushed people to close in their communities, and violence has arisen in case of new arrivals. But since 9/11, the United States has hosted 784,000 refugees, and only 3 of them, 3 have been in any way connected to terrorist groups. And also since 9/11, Americans have been more likely to be killed by terrorists, have been more likely to be killed by unstable furniture than terrorists. And police brutality has killed 6 times more people than terrorists in America. And we all hear the talks about the fear of the Islamization of our culture, but the US wouldn't be the country it is now without the migrants, regardless of their religion. We must welcome refugees. The demonization of a group of people because of their religion or nationality is the same thing that happened with the Jews during World War II in Germany. And this is what we're doing to Syrians now. Refugees can have a positive impact. Einstein and Freddie Mercury were both refugees, and Steve Jobs was the son of a Syrian migrant. We must not build walls and fences, even the ones made of prejudice and xenophobia, not the physical ones with Mexico, obviously. The world is not going to move forward if we build these walls. The hostility of the West is working against them. Children, mothers, fathers, human beings. And from the safety of our homes, it's easy to talk because they look like distant numbers. But if we don't stop the violence within Syria, this kid might be the next Aylan Kurdi or the next number that gets added to the statistics on the deaf people of Syria. It is our duty as citizens of the world to not forget the humanity of these people and stop the violence within Syria. Thank you.